What is up, everyone? It's DJ Martini Midwest Reviews coming at you with another video for my channel. Today we have a tutorial. We're going to be talking about Windows maintenance, how to keep it running smooth and fast, get rid of some of those cache items or some of those items that you don't need in it anymore. I'm going to show you those secret places and just basic stuff. A lot of people probably know this, but like I said, this is just basic maintenance that I do, and so I thought I'd pass it on in case some people don't know about it. Also, I'll show you the Windows 11 PC Manager, which a lot of people don't download, and it actually works pretty good and puts a lot of these things that I'm going to be showing you step by step in one place, and then you could just go that one place, hit it, and it should be doing most of this stuff for you. So it's pretty cool too. So like I said, it's DJ Martini Midwest Reviews. If you've never tuned in to this channel, just know I'd love to do reviews and tutorials just here to help do that research for you so you don't have to. Give it to you as easy as possible, and then leave some links in case you're interested in some of the products that we talk about or tutorials that we talk about. This one I'll probably leave some good laptops to check out, things like that. We're just talking about Windows 11, so if you're thinking about Apple or MacBook or Mac, a Mac desktop or something, sorry, can't help you with that right now. We're just talking about Windows 11, not Windows 10. Windows 11 PCs or desktops only, should be the same thing. All right, so other than that, guys, like I said, if it's helpful, please give me a like, subscribe, share, all those types of things, and thank you for tuning in today. Also, I tend to chat it up a little bit. I'm going to go step by step to show everybody that learns slow that way, and everybody that learns fast, you'll still be able to go through with us. But I want to, do this. A lot of computer stuff is usually sometimes complicated for people, so I'm going to go step by step slow. So if you don't like that, then I'm sorry. Probably you want to move on to the next video. I'll try to put some timelines stamps in this video so you can kind of go to certain places a little bit faster, but there's still going to be some chatty talk. So like I said, just gonna do it that way just so I can get everybody on the same page. So thank you so much for tuning in, and let's get into it. All right, so the first thing I do, fire up my laptop. The first place I go automatically, and I have purposely not used this laptop for about a week, so it hopefully has some updates. If it doesn't, I'm sorry, but I'll kind of show you where you need to go to find the updates that you need. So I always update it, and I always update it first because if there is an update, sometimes there's a big update, and you can actually erase your old updates, and so you wouldn't want to just erase all the stuff now, because then we'd have to go back and do it again. So I always just do the updates first for everything. So let's just go straight into the Windows, and I made my cursor really huge, this giant mouse, giant orange arrow, so you can see exactly where I'm going. And we're going to go to the Windows icon here, and then we're going to go to settings right here, and then we're going to go to Windows Update right here. So we go all the way down to Windows Update, we click on it, and it's going to see if there's any updates. If there's an update, it'll pop up here, and then we'll just go ahead and click on it to go ahead and get it done. That's the best way. Right now it says we're updated, so we don't have to do anything. Here's another thing. So we checked it. If there's a Windows update, it'll pop up right underneath it, and we'll be able to do the update. Another place you guys need to look, in case you guys don't, is this advanced options. A lot of people don't know about this, and you just click on it, and it'll give you optional updates right here. So then go click on this. Right now there is nothing here, but usually this is going to be like a new Bluetooth version or a new keyboard update or something like that. Usually it's going to be actual software for your hardware, like your laptop keys or your Bluetooth or your graphics or something. But usually it pops up there in that advanced options there. So advanced options, optional updates, and it'll pop up right here somewhere. It'll say what it is. So we got those out of the way. We have no updates for either. Like I said, if you check the updates, it popped up here, and it'll say there's some kind of update. And then, like I said, all you got to do is hit install or update, download, whatever it'll say there, and it'll go ahead and get that done. Sometimes you'll have to restart your computer, and it'll tell you that. It'll say restart the computer, but in this case, I don't have anything, and so I can't really show you anything else there, but it'll definitely be there. That's where you'll find your updates to go ahead and check for them. So I'll click it again one more time, see if anything pops up, but it looks like we're up to date. All right, so we'll click back here again, and we'll go ahead and close this. because the next thing I'll go is to the actual Play Store. So I'll do my updates here, go to the Play Store, Microsoft Play Store. Of course, you'll need to sign in with whatever account that you're in to get your account, and then just go to downloads. And sometimes you can do these without, but I always sign in and see here's recent updates that I already did, and so I can open them. But we can go ahead and click this again, and it's going to say get updates, and see if there's any updates for this particular laptop. This is a Lenovo Legion. It does have an SSD. It's a little bit older. It's probably a 5000 series, but it still works pretty smooth. It has ADM Radeon graphics. And see, we do have some updates. So you see it's downloading. So if I hit update all, it's going to go ahead and update all these at the same time. They're pretty quick. But we did have some updates. So you see it's just going to automatically do that. And then hit update all, or you can physically click each one, whatever you want to do. And we're updating. And like I said, I always do the updates first in case maybe there's something that we can erase for cache later. So, all right, now the next thing I'll do once all these update, like I said, when you do the actual Windows updates, this is the Microsoft Store. When you actually do the Windows updates, you want to. It's very important to do all the updates. And even though they're pain in the butt from Windows or from the Microsoft Store, they're very important because they could be security updates. They could be making some glitch run better, especially for the Microsoft update. So make sure you definitely get that done a lot. All right, the next thing I'm going to show you is something real quick. Now, I showed you physically how to get into those two spots, which are very important, but I'm going to show you the PC, the Windows 11 Microsoft PC. So if you go to your Microsoft Edge or whatever internet browser you'd like to use, if you search PC Manager Windows 11, it comes up right here, and it's actually in the Play Store. And if we hit install, now I installed this, but I physically deleted it because it's not going to do anything if you do uninstall it or delete it. So I can install this again. Install. You're going to hit yes, you want to install it. And this is coming from the Play Store, so it's nothing crazy. It's going to download the file. It's going to install it back on this computer. Like I said, I already had it installed, and so I properly uninstalled it, and so it's no problem to reinstall it. But you see, it's pretty quick. And then if we go ahead and open this, it's going to put some of these things that I'm going to show you a little bit later, again, all in one place, which is really, really cool. So now this is going to be running a little bit slower because I am running OBS in the background to make this tutorial. But here, I'm going to close this. Okay, I'll leave that up. But you can see this is the actual pop-up window. So we have some cool things here. You have home, you have your PC boost, the memory usage. It says that I have 246 megabytes of temporary stuff that I could erase if I wanted to. Now, like I said, I clean this all the time. But if you haven't cleaned your computer in a long time, you could have gigs of old updates or something going on your computer, which could really free up some hard drive space, making your computer run faster and smoother. All right, so it's very important to check this stuff. Protection, once again, you can click on this. I have a McAfee on this computer, but you could use Windows to check. It's checking updates here. So once again, it's checking updates. Storage, it'll scan, like I said, to erase some stuff, and I'm going to show you how to physically get in this place too. Apps, it tells you what's running in the background, so you could physically, if we click here, you can actually close apps. I have problems if I close Steam on this computer, so I'm not going to close that one, but I could close my Epic really easy if I didn't want it running. If I wanted it to run a little faster, I got some DJ stuff I could close. But, you know, you can close apps if you want, but really not a big deal on this. You got a toolbox here that has, you know, where you can get to all your notepad or recorders really quick, so it's a nice little toolbar for you. Restore, you can go to restores. Here's your boost settings, and then the smart boost, if you turn it on, it's off right now, so I can physically do it myself. But if you wanted it to do these boosts itself, it says PC Manager will automatically boost your PC in high usage of RAM, or there are 1 gig of temporary or there are 1 gig of temporary files. So it'll do that automatically for you. Pop-up issues, start PC Manager automatically when I sign into Windows. So you can turn those things on if you want it to do it on its own. But I like to physically come in here and, you know, click some buttons. So, and then there's a feedback button. But if we go back to home, like I said, so if you click on this, it's automatically going to do that. Health check is really cool too. You can do a scan. It says clean up items found. So it's going to do those temporary files, and I can proceed, and it's going to clean that up for me from all kinds of apps too, startup apps. I can disable these apps too if I didn't want them to start, to make my PC run a little faster at startup. But I'm not going to do that. Like I said, I have some issues if I don't, or if I don't have them start up right away. And that's about it. But this is a really easy way to do what I'm telling you guys to do, all in one spot. So you can just go here, run the scan, and it's going to ask you if you want to delete it. We'll go ahead and do this one. It's gonna start figuring all the files that I can get rid of. You can see it says I have a total of 1.4 gigs of items that I could erase. And so if I proceed, it's going to go ahead and do that. And it also could be talking about items that are in my trash too, my recycle bin. So very, very cool that it searches everywhere. And then if I do this, it's going to do that and, you know, make my computer run a little faster. But this is what PC Manager does for you. But I'm going to show you where you can physically get into some of these stuff the same way in your computer. So we're going to go back to settings, and then we're going to go to storage, or systems. Sorry, we're going to go to systems, and then we're going to go to storage right here. And then usually I'll just click on temporary files here, and it's going to bring up this page right here. And this is exactly what it was showing in the PC Manager, but this is actually, you know, another way to find this stuff. And so if I refresh it, I always refresh it just to see if it finds anything else. But if I click here, you can see now it actually said that I could remove a little bit more with that PC Manager. This says I have 699 of 699 megabytes of stuff I could recycle and get rid of. And so, you know, that's why I said that Storage Manager might be looking at a few more places than this. And so it's a good little tool. So we'll go ahead and remove the files, and it said it will delete all that stuff. And so very cool. And it did it. It was that fast. Now sometimes this will take a little bit, especially if you're deleting gigs of stuff. So do a scan again, but yep, see, now it says I only have 3.01 megabytes, so we did gain about half a gig there. So that's how you go to your temporary storage there. We go back here. Now you can do the same things and it'll clean itself up by turning storage sense on. Also, there's recommendations for, you know, big files that you don't use or things like that it will. But it does the same thing with the PC Manager. So, all right, and then there's a couple extra spaces that I just want to show you really quick that you can get rid of. If you go, let's go to our, right by the icon down here, we're going to actually type in run here and click on run here. So we're going to do a command here. And here's the first one right here. You can see it's already still in there. But prefetch files. These are files that you, just like it says, they kind of fetch them, but you don't need them on your computer. So let's see how many that we have. Oh, wow, we have a few. And like I said, I've done this before. So I'm going to go ahead and make this a little bigger so you guys can see it. But these are all files, background files that you really don't need. So I'm going to go ahead and click on one. You can go. All right, so we got this now. Didn't hook up my other keyboard here, so I have to go to the main one here. But go Control All will highlight everything, and then you could use your mouse, or you could do Shift and Delete, and that'll delete this whole page. Or I just like to use my mouse, and I will right or left click depending on how you have it set up on your mouse. all, right click, and then I'll hit delete. And then we want to just do this for all, and whatever they don't want us to erase, we'll just skip it. But you can see that I just deleted a lot of files there in using the prefetch on the run. So let's do that again. Run. Click on run. And now we're going to just do temp. And these are temporary files once again. I don't have that many this time. So I can do a control all on this. Right click and delete these. And then whatever they don't want, I'll just skip those. So we're going to go ahead and click out of there again. And then we're going to do run one more time. It's already there. And we're going to do same thing, but do some percent signs. There it is, percent temp files. Okay. And we have some more here. So I can go control A. And then I'm going to, on mine, like I said, it's right click. And I'm going to go delete. And the ones, we'll just skip those. And so there's a lot of files that we just cleaned up that we don't have to worry. Now they're not huge files. Some of them are even, 0. They're just there taking up space that we don't need. And so we're just kind of keeping our computer clean and getting rid of some of those unwild files that we just don't need. You type in run, it'll pop up this. And then like I said, we're looking for percent temp, percent, or just temp, T-E-M-P, or prefetch. And I showed that on the first one that we did. You can just go back and check that out if you want to. I bet if I just start typing it in here, there we go, prefetch, P-R-E-F-E-T-C-H. And those are files that you can definitely get rid of. And like I said, just skip the ones that it doesn't want to, and you'll probably be able to get rid of them another time. So other than that, those are the main things I do to keep my laptop running fresh. There is one more thing I'll show you just in case, but on these new computers, you really don't need to do this, but it's just something I've gotten a habit to do. And so if you go to your main PC right here, you go to PC, you notice you have some drives here. Now I have some HDD drives that have mechanical disks drives in them. And so basically it's a spin in there and there's a little arm and it's reading it. Those can be defragged. And defragging basically is just filling in the X's and the O's if there's any space missing to make it run smoother. If there is any, spot in the code that's missing, it'll kind of make everything go together better and smoother in the layman's terms for that. And so I have 2 drives here that can be defragged. And so I occasionally, now on the Windows SSD, and SSD can be defragged, but it's unwanted because it will lower the lifespan of the actual SSD card. So you don't really want to. You can, but Windows won't do it anyways. It'll automatically just trim the drive, which is their way of saying the same thing, but it's not really a defrag. It's more of a trim, where it's just going to kind of go through the card, make sure that everything's looking good. Because an SSD kind of does it maintenance on its own a little bit. And so anyways, I will right click on this to bring up some options, properties, and we'll go to tools, and you can see right here, optimize. That's what we want to go to. And you can see it's been 9 days. See, so I haven't been a while. Not really. And so it says it's okay. I'm not going to redo it on an SSD. I'm not going to trim it all the time, like I said. So no need to do it there. I guess this D drive is a solid SSD too, so I don't have to trim that. It says it's good. And then this one says it's 0% fragmented. So if it was like 1%, I would go ahead and hit optimize, and it's going to go through a process. But I don't really need to do it. It says 0 on all these. Everything looks good. No reason to do it. Now, if it says that it needed to be done, or it should be, you haven't trimmed your SSD in a while, it'll actually say that. And then you can go ahead and analyze it or optimize it, and it'll just run through the process. It's really easy. When it's done, it stops, and you can just close this window, and that's it, because it pretty much does it on its own. You just don't want to start or stop the computer, turn it on or off during the process. And that's it, though. Just let it go. It usually doesn't take that long. So that's it. But that's where you can find how to get that done. And this is called optimizing the drives. Basically, it used to be called defragging it. But on the SSD, he says optimize and defrag drive. But on SSDs, you don't do that. You just trim. So another thing I want to show you real quick is your battery and power. If you want your computer to run a little bit faster, you definitely want to go to your power mode and see what it's running at. See, mine is running on balanced right now because it's not plugged in. If it was plugged in, it would be on best for performance. But I'm trying to save a little bit power by not running it at its best performance when it's on battery. So, but if you wanted it to, if you want to change that, if you don't care, you want your best performance all the time, you can just click on this and go to best performance, click on it, and you will be running the best performance for this laptop. Like I said, when it's not plugged in, I would have it balanced so I can get a little bit more battery life. But when it is plugged in, I want the best performance, and so I do have it set for that. You can also, you know, see when it will turn on the screen. I hate when the screen turns off when I'm using it, so I have that turned off to never turn off when it's plugged in. And then I have a little bit longer times for when it's on battery. So this is where you can find that: system, power, and battery. Good place to see where your computer is running for its best performance. All right, the one last thing is I want to take you back to PC Manager, and I have that saved in, oh no, I didn't pin it. Oh, here it is right here, recently added. So I'm going to go ahead and pin this to my start. You can also pin it to your taskbar if you'd like, but it's in my start now right here. So let's go ahead and show you if I pin it to my taskbar here. So pinning to my taskbar will put it down here. So pin it to my taskbar. There it is, popped up, so I can easily find it. And we'll go ahead and click on this. And let's go ahead and run this PC boost right here. And we'll go ahead and hit the boost. And you can see how it's working there. And it released some more temporary files, so it found a couple more things. It also stopped some apps. You can see that it stopped because you see my memory usage went down, which is my RAM, my random access memory. You can also do a health check. We're going to go ahead and do that. Like I said, it says clean up items found, so let's go ahead and proceed. And it was that quick, and it figured it out real quick. And that is done as well, and it tells you exactly when it does it. It tells you, like I said, the apps that are going, how long it takes for startup, some cleanup. It does say I can still do some more cleanup, so let's go ahead and see what it does when it does some more cleanup. So it doesn't have, it still says there's about a half a gig of stuff on here. So we're going to go ahead and proceed. And it says that it wants me to shut off Microsoft Edge. So I'm going to go ahead and close that process. So we're going to go ahead and close that process because I did have some, I had a website open, so it closed it, but then it cleaned all that out and it says it's done as well. And it timestamped that as well. And you can see that, you know, I still have 80 gigs left of my 23730. Sorry, it's probably a 256 gig memory, but SSD. But like I said, I have other drives hooked into this as well. It's just a really cool app, like I said, to keep your PC running good. Make sure it's got all the safety checks, make sure it's got all the updates. It's a good place to start for your PC, and it's all in one space, so it's kind of, if you just, like I said, go through it, you can do all the stuff you need to do to keep your PC running smooth. All right, guys, I'm going to close all this down. Another last thing that sometimes it doesn't do, wrap this up, is your recycle bin. There's still, I can see some stuff in my recycle bin. And so I'm going to go ahead and empty that. That could be some video files or something. And it could also be those files that we deleted from the prefetch temporary files and %temp files. So yes, I want to delete all these. And it deleted all of them. And so that's extra space too that it made. So pretty cool, guys. I think that's about it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's been DJ Martini Midwest Reviews. Check the description in the comments for, I'll put the prefetch temp and % signs for what you need to do in the run command. And then I'll also, like I said, list some laptops and things like that if you're interested. Take a look at that I've been using that are working pretty good for me as well. So thank you so much, guys. DJ Martini Midwest Reviews. Last time, if this is helpful at all, give me a like, subscribe, share, and thanks for joining the ride and taking the tutorial, and we'll see you really soon on my next video or tutorial. Catch you guys later.